It's hard to believe that only a century ago, this place was war-struck. Exactly this time 100 years ago, thousands of soldiers far, far away from their home came here, to Çanakkale.
Every Australian grows up knowing about the Gallipoli story, and they learn about it from the perspective, of course, of those young Australians who volunteered to go and fight for the British Empire at the time, but in effect to fight for their country under their flag. In many instances, this was the first time that Australians were fighting in such a way, and so this Gallipoli campaign was very much a part of the test of Australia's sense of itself and Australian nationhood.
They went ashore from the Anzac Cove and W Beach and from many other places. For some, this was an adventure. Some were fleeing poverty, and some simply wanted to fight for their country. They were all boys, as young as dawn, as pure as the driven snow. Opposite them were thousands of Turkish soldiers with nothing in mind but a motive to defend their land.
Bütün dünyada savaşlar acı tecrübelerle sonuçlanırken biz saldırıya uğramamıza rağmen ülkemizi, topraklarımızı işgal etmek üzere gelmiş güçlerin bugünkü torunlarına ve bütün dünyaya saldırıya ve işgale uğramak üzere başlamış bir savaştan dünyaya bir barış mesajı veriyoruz.
And their fates met here, right in this place. It must have been very hard. Even now, after so many years, I find it hard to imagine what those soldiers went through.
Gallipoli is sacred ground for New Zealanders. It is also a place where New Zealand came of age as a nation. It's a place where we fostered our identity as a nation and where we recognised that we were different from other parts of the British Empire. It's also a place where we found a special bond with our Australian friends and where the Anzac spirit was born. And it's also a place where the seeds of a modern friendship with Turkey were sown and where a deep and long-standing respect was felt between the Anzac soldiers and between their Ottoman and Turkish opponents at the time.
I have traveled to more than 50 countries and covered more than 8 million kilometers. Today, I'm in Gallipoli, a land woven with the stories of thousands, the land of friendship that rose from the ashes of war. Soldiers from Turkey, England, Australia, New Zealand, France, India, soldiers who lost their lives in this war now lie in eternal rest in Lone Pine, 57th Regiment Memorial, Anzac Cove, Chinook Bear. Every year, thousands of Turks, Australians, and New Zealanders attend the commemoration ceremonies here to remember the lives lost in battle.
Well, I guess like for everyone, I remember it as being an extremely important historical event during the First World War. I'm very conscious of the huge loss of life that happened there. Many, many thousands of British people lost their lives there, many more were wounded, and the same was true amongst the French and the Australians and New Zealanders and indeed Indians, and of course on the Turkish side. So I remember all that. I think the other thing I closely associate it with are the words of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in 1934, when he wrote to the mothers of the fallen in what to me is one of the most generous and magnanimous statements of the 20th century.
This site is the real proof of how a war can give birth to friendship. The distance between here and home may be great, but never has it been an issue to remember these souls year after year, and the longing for them gets bigger and bigger. Not a single visit to Çanakkale's Martyrs Memorial goes by without the words of Atatürk, the founder of Turkey, echoing in my ears. You, the mothers who sent their sons from faraway countries, wipe away your tears. your sons are now lying in our bosom and are in peace. After having lost their lives on this land, they have become our sons as well.